Yeah, started out with nothing. Now I got a whole lot of something. Breaking through the roof. Willy Wonka when he pressed the button. When I do a money ritual, all of a sudden money started coming. Then I cut the Holy Ghost. I still be rhyming even when I'm mumbling. You repeat my name 3 times. While you staring in the mirror, bottle will appear like poof. I came from out of thin air. So me the gun is like a magic wand. I make a problem disappear. I never hated teeth out his mouth. Just to turn him to veneer. I can do magic. 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 When I open up my mouth, I can move masses. Black magic on the beat, turn it to a classic. I'ma take the money out the bank, then I'ma put it in the matrix. So many niggas gotta pick the car, so I turn it to my own fashion. I'm the original AI. I don't gotta go to practice. I got the answer for all the questions. You don't even gotta ask it. Pop, 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 pop. Heard another rapper got blasted. Shoot, DMT, Molly X. I'ma mix it all up with the acid. I can do magic. 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 Call me Houdini, the way I remove chains, I make it look too easy. When the camp low, make the money fall from the sky like it's Houdini, too creepy. When I wanna talk to them, I'm a wizard, I use Ouija. Audio, side partner, take the pipe down, call her Luigi. I'm the blue genie, when I do a magic spell, I say hocus pocus, get the cold and smoke, whipping the dope is post. I know who the Holy Ghost, Alakazam. I do magic like Shaka Kazam, on the magic like Shaq and Orlando. I come from a magical land, feel like Urban Johnson on the Lakers. I got some talented magical hands. If you pass it to me in the basket, I'll do an immaculate slam. Damn, abracadabra, turn imagination into matter. I be turning odds into cadavers. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'ma be in the fore and after. I'm a magician. I'm the alchemist winning the kitchen. I got a secret recipe I'm mixing. If you witness Jehovah, you snitching. Are you Christian? No, I'm different. I created a whole new religion. I be making accurate predictions. Life is like an episode of Simpsons. I can do magic. 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 I can do magic.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Let's go. Yes, 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 indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, that right there.
I've worked at some of the largest
right
retailers
there
on the
is
planet.
I Could
You
Do
think they all have
Magic.
it figured out, but
All right.
Shopify really
Cam
does.
Bada.
And build a totally custom application.
Right off of the Black Magic album. All right. Holy Ghost 3 from Black Magic. Make sure that y'all go to Bandcamp, and you also go to holyghost3.com, and you go ahead and you pick up that album right there entitled Holy Ghost 3. Okay. And you could thank me later. You could thank me later. You dig? So we here tonight. You know what I mean? Let me know how we sounding on the audio. All right, give me some feedback on the audio. Let me know how we sounding on the visuals and whatnot. You know, man, I had to make sure that I popped up tonight. It was such a busy day, but I said, you know what? We can't let Sunday end without me doing something. We got to get this Sacrilegious Sunday in. Shout out to all of my Patreons. Patreons, we might do a super uber late class. I'll let you know by the end of this download and whatnot. You know what I mean? But yeah, we here on a Sunday, the fun day, you know. Shout out to Blue Pillar. I started my day listening to his sermons. I think that's one of the most underrated shows on the internet, and that would be Mineral Ministries. You feel me? I think hands down that's one of the most slept on, powerful, impactful, information laden, prophetic, demonstrations that my good brother does every what is that? Every Sunday. And his consistency is admirable. He's very consistent. You feel me? But yeah, Blue Pill, he helps me through every beginning of every strong and whatnot. Is this a new cam? Not at all. This is the same cam. This is still Cam and Mace. It is what it is. This is still the same cam. It is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Dipset. This is still the same cam. Dipset. You will know the difference when we get the new camera and it's attached to these streams and whatnot. But for the most part, this is a good camera. You know what I mean? It does the job. But I do agree that it is time to shift into 4K and to step this thing up. It's definitely time for that. So I started the day with Blue Pill. Then we got into a studio session. Me and Blue went to the studio. And we continue adding on to this art project that we're putting together. Then I got the opportunity to go home and prepare myself to see the debut of AA Rashid on Higher Level Conversations, right? On EYL, Earn Your Leisure platform with 1 million+ subscribers. So that was a good moment for me and whatnot. How many people had the opportunity to tap in and see the Kabbalah God, AA Rashid, you know what I mean? Fat Tantra, you know what I'm saying? How many was able to see the Kabbalah God on Earn Your Leisure's High Level Conversations with 19 Keys? Yeah, he was smoking that. You know what I'm talking about? It's still going down right now. But from what I heard and what I was, bearing witness to, the good brother was doing what the good brother does best, and that is to take people down many different rabbit holes and wormholes into places that I could clearly and confidently say that their minds probably have never been. You know what I'm saying? And that's a definitely that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That is a gift that everybody does not have. All right. So for the brother to be such a legend in the game, this is a good moment for him to be introduced into a whole new audience. And shit, for the most part, just to have ambassadors of intelligence and consciousness to be beamed around the world on a global platform, that is also of importance, because we are suffering we're suffering as a import of intelligence. Melanated people are suffering in that category. They don't know us for that type of output around the world like that. Like, let's not even really puff our chests and whatnot and start, and popping our collar. There's a video of a Nigerian. He's a Moor. I don't care what nobody says. This man exemplifies what the ancient Moors were known for historically. He's playing 10 people at the game of chess and whatnot, very nonchalantly. This man is a master at the game of chess. He's reminiscent of the ancient Moors in Spain and in abroad and whatnot, right? That man who's playing 10 people at chess, he doesn't exemplify the majority of people that America is broadcasting around the world as their highest stock or the highest pedigree of black person or black or the blacks, or what they like to call these niggas, right? Hollywood, the home of executives. But when I say Hollywood, the home of executives, we've been so conditioned to think that somehow is a very lofty title, that somehow when I say that, that takes away any wrongdoing from these people, that somehow some way exonerates, just by saying billionaire business owners of movie studios and entertainment conglomerates and whatnot that are responsible for shaping the worldview of a group of people. They're responsible for telling this people's story. They're responsible for explaining the plight of these people to the world. They're responsible for telling the greatness of these people to the world. They're not responsible for a goddamn thing. These executives in Hollywood are only responsible to their shareholders, the people who are their investors, and most importantly, to their people. And their people are not your people, right? So the same people that I'm talking about who have a monopoly, all right? They have a monopoly not only of your image, they have a monopoly of your story. Not only do they have a monopoly of your story, they have a monopoly of your creation myth. Not only do they have a monopoly on your creation myth, they have a monopoly on your narrative. Not only do they have a monopoly on your narrative, they happen to have a monopoly on your music. Not only do they have a monopoly on your music, they also have a monopoly on your quote unquote cartoons. Not only your cartoons, your comic books, not only your comic books, your video games, not only your video games, your porn that you watch, the way that you watch people. Sexual education is owned and ran by some of these same people. When I speak of these same people, you may think that I'm speaking about only one group of people, but I'm here tonight to let you know that we have to change the way that we see the culprits at hand and who we're dealing with, because we keep putting it on one person or one people or one group, and it's never been like that. We are talking about organized crime here. Okay? What we've been addressing and what we stressing and what people are feeling the weight of and what people cannot get away from and what has been a constant and what won't slow down is the fact that we have not come to the conclusion that the people who are in charge and the people who took over and the people who are at the wheel are considered to be organized criminals. When I say a cabal, I'm talking about something bigger than a cartel. I'm talking about a whole cabal, a whole entire cabal of people who are known murderers, criminals, drug dealers, rapists, traffickers, insurers of human bodies. Who are these people and where did they come from? It will all make sense as we walk down this road tonight on Sacrilegious Sundays. You know what I'm talking about? Episode 8 entitled FANI PACKS. Shout out to Fanny out there somewhere under the rainbow, making that fanny clap and whatnot. Yeah, she's outside, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Order in the court. Fanny is outside. Nobody couldn't say that we didn't tell you. She a hot girl to work for the state. You know what I'm talking about? But we're not going to utilize Fannie Wilson as a punching bag. Oh, no, no, no. We just going to build a case the Fannie way. You know what I'm talking about? That way. The Fannie way. Because she's not, she's the hate produce and whatnot. She's just a hater out there working for the state, whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? When she really wanted to be down with the gang, right? But guess what? We got to use Fanny to be the prosecutor to help us prosecute this case, because I'm bringing a person or a people or a whole nation to trial. The culprit that I want to point out tonight when I build this case about the fact that we are being controlled, we are being manipulated, and we are being traumatized, and we are actually being quote unquote desensitized, demoralized, and dehumanized by a cabal of bloodthirsty gangsters who have eclipsed the mafia in the terms of bloodletting that these people have at their hands. You are seeing nasty work by these same people who are all the same persons, different names, same frame, different name, same frame, different name. Okay, they have the motherfucking they have the opportunity and they have the privilege to change their names wherever they go. But these are the same people. You have to see it like this. And I'm gonna paint this picture so we could understand who are the people that are so we could widen our scope. Our scope is not wide enough. Our scope is not wide enough. We're not looking at this thing through the lens of a true investigator, and we're not going back to history. History is qualified for he, and do never let anybody tell you that you don't need the history in order to figure out some of the things that are taking place. You need your history, okay? You need your history, and at a time like this, you have everything at your fingertips to summon the quote-unquote ghost of history that they try to bury. But with the right questions, you'll receive the right answers, right? So the gangsters that I want to shed a light on that have been running things for a very long time, first and foremost, I just want to point out the fact that before there was a Is It Real, okay, there was a group of people who were over there setting the groundworks for what eventually would become an Is It Real. These group of people happen to be the British Empire, right? Let's remember that, okay? They had the lords and everything, and they had the Rothschilds, and they had some other people going over there. But prior to them handing it over, it was British occupied. Then fast forward when you get to the Americas, or rewind, not even fast forward. Prior to that, when we talk about the Americas, and when we talk about George Washington, and when we talk about the American Revolution, we see the same culprit in their fingerprints. It's the British Empire. Okay, these same group of people, right? Who it was told to us that these were the quote unquote when they talk about the ones who were over here, right? Not the empire that was in control, but when they talk about the ones that were over here, they were talking about these were criminals from the bottom of the quote unquote barrel. They said that they opened up the prisons, they opened up the jails, they opened up the quote unquote dungeons and whatnot, and they let them come over here. Okay. So similar to what we see with this migrant invasion, this secret invasion and whatnot, they basically dumped all of their filth, right? Their quote unquote, but when we see it as their filth, they see it as the quote unquote, this was considered to be some of the highest of their society. Their society was a criminal society. Their society was a society that did not know righteousness. They did not know uprightness. They knew about only thievery. They knew only about pedophilia. They knew about all of these things that were completely considered to be barbaric. Okay, these people were not upright. These people were unleashed. Okay, when we talk about the British Empire and what they've done and how they were able to change clothes and go from the pirates that they were, and go from the imperialists that they were, and go from the quote unquote drug dealers that they were, and turn into the bankers, and turn into the quote unquote bankers of the world, and turn into the quote unquote big brands of the world, and merge and hide themselves into all of these quote unquote institutions and whatnot. but these institutions slowly begin to take over government, and these gangsters become these banksters, and these banksters now run governments, and these governments are all gangsters who run around and commit atrocities in the names of these gangsters. And these gangsters who built Hollywood, these gangsters who built Las Vegas, these gangsters who built Washington, these gangsters who built all of this stuff has to do with these organized crime families who are still in power. Hollywood is ran by cold-blooded killers. Hollywood is ran by cold-blooded killers. Hollywood was set up by cold-blooded gangsters. Hollywood was set up by Meyer Lansky. Okay, Hollywood was set up by Jewish gangsters. Meyer Lansky was even quote unquote he was being used with the formation of Is It Real and whatnot. He was being used by some of the agents in Is It Real to be the strong arm in the Americas to begin to disrupt the rallies that people were having to basically go against what was going on with the formation of Is It Real. They were using him as muscle. Okay, let's not forget what was going on when the quote unquote is the people in Is It Real begin to pick up weapons and begin to do the same thing that the organized crime families and the gangsters over here were doing. Let's not forget that they were sending shooters from Brooklyn, the same place that you saw the tunnels being built in Crown Heights, the same place that got exposed for having tunnels in the quote unquote synagogue and whatnot. This group of people, the Lubavitch, these were the same ones who were the hired guns and the killers and whatnot that they were utilizing in the formation of that quote unquote prison state or that apartheid state. They were taking these people from Brownsville. They were taking these quote unquote people out of Brooklyn, out of Brownsville, out of Crown Heights, and other places. And this becomes the hitman squad or the murder for hire called Murder Inc., right? And they utilize Murder Inc. to take over the music industry, the multi-trillion-dollar music industry, and also building the formation of the Hollywood in the West. Because remember, there was first Hollywood in Florida, and then it becomes Hollywood in West, originally known as the Purple Gang. Okay, yes. So when you talk about the Zionists and you don't talk about the British Empire, you're doing the whole thing a disservice and you're fragmenting something that's really one thing. When you talk about King Charles, who happens to be born on my birthday and who happens to rule and happens to be the landowner, not only just the landowner, but he has his hands on a lot of different things, right? Mostly and mainly and most importantly, the great reset of right now to what we're seeing, the whole shifting of, you know, a plethora of things. But he cut his teeth just now with the Jabberwocky, and Kill Gates and everybody is working underneath King Charles, right? Who Disney just showed, and I'm going to show a video in a minute. They had a lawsuit with DeSantis where Disney had to come back and show the world that Disneyland is owned by King Charles, right? Disneyland is owned by the crown, okay? Disneyland is owned by the crown. So when we talk about British, we're really talking about King Charles. We're talking about the lizard lady and whatnot. We're talking about that, right? We're talking about the empire, and the way that the empire has changed clothes is the empire has you believing that the empire lost the war over here. And that's not necessarily what happened. The empire never was defeated. The empire never lost the war. The empire is running all of these illegal rackets. The empire is responsible for crack in LA, crack in the crack game, the dope game, the heroin game, guns in the streets. Everything ties back to these group of people. These are gangsters. They have hoodwinked us so much and scrubbed our minds that when we think of European, we don't think gangsters. We be like, nah, they're not gangsters. They're not a mafia. They're not cold-blooded killers. Nah, they can't be. That's not what, you know, James Bond and them was. They have us thinking that we are the face of organized crimes, and we're not organized. You understand? We don't even consider, we don't even fit the categories to be considered to be called gangsters, because we're not really that organized. Okay? These Brits, okay, have been responsible for setting up heroin in Asia, right? Before they brought it over to the Americas. That was them doing it. They was the one that was pushing all of that dope on China. Whatever happened to the people who was pushing the dope? Did they just stop and disappear and disappear and fall away? But dope kept pushing. They the ones behind the opium wars. They the drug dealers. So now when the drugs and everything gets shifted to Tel Aviv, that's still the Brits. You understand? So everything that you see over there is an extension of these people who are imperialists. So it's still the same. It's still London. It's still the USA. And it's still, is it real? It's still the same thing. That's all the same people. So homie over there in Buckingham Palace, he's still the king of all of these lands. That's that you know, they have these other people occupying it, but he's really the quote unquote king of that land. He's the one saying push those buttons and fly those swarries and whatnot and execute all of those children and shed all of that blood. That's for Pindar. You understand? You're seeing a grand ritual take place right in front of you. Right in front of you. Hollywood is ran by cold-blooded killers and gangsters and people who have sexual proclivities to basically consume, you know, human souls and whatnot. This is the darkest of darkest magic that you could deal with. These people have completely crossed the line. These are Satanists of the highest order. This is not even up for debate at this point. Okay. So there has to be some type of evaluation as to what is the impact that all of this, you know, film and all of this, you know, all of the, you know, how tainted is the art? How tainted is the art? You know, how tainted is the art if the core is rotten? You have to ask yourself, for, you know, for the sake of being entertained and whatnot, how far are you willing to go down this rabbit hole with this cabal? This is a cabal. This is an organized cabal of people who are in full control of all of this information, this light that you're receiving, these frequencies that you're being fed. Yeah, they got their hands in all of that. So you really got to ask yourself, you know, that's cool and everything with what was going down and whatnot, but what would your reality and what would your world look like if you were in control of your narrative, if you were in control of your quote unquote story, if you were in control of your creation myth, if you were in control of your images, right? What happens when you're in control of all of these things and nobody is molding your quote unquote, because you know who these people are? I wouldn't trust these people to fix my tires, bro. I would not trust, now that I know who I'm dealing with, now that I know that I'm dealing with pure mobsters and criminals and gangsters and banksters and pedos and whatnot and organ harvesters. Nah, I'm good. I need to tell a story in my own, you know, I need to take control of my own narrative. You understand? And I have to be the one that's going to tell my own story. Hands off. These people will never own me. Okay. I'm not signing no contracts to give none of these people control over my images. There's no honor in them. There's no honor in them. This is a shakedown. These are mobsters shaking people down to own them in perpetuity. It's like low-key slavery. It's low-ball slavery. And when you really realize who you're dealing with in Hollywood, if you ever get to see them show their fangs and whatnot, you'll understand fully what I'm speaking of. These governments have been infiltrated by neo-Nazis. These governments have been infiltrated by the Russian mob, the Jewish mob, the Italian mob. These governments have been infiltrated by white supremacists. These governments have been infiltrated by foreign agents and whatnot. So everybody is working in tandem against you know who. Everybody is working in tandem against you know who because they've been taught how to play the game and whatnot. So what happens when everybody works against you know who? Well, this is how it went down with Lucky Luciano, who happens to be a Sicilian. He's the Southern Italian and whatnot, and he has a Moorish nigger gripe. They explore it in the movie True Romance, where they speak about how the Sicilian is taught by their mothers and by their societies to hate the Moors and the descendants of Moors who they've identified as being inhabitants of Harlem, Chicago, Detroit. You know, they zeroed in on where the Moors were at, right? Because the Moors are West Africans and the Moors are Northern Africans. So they understand what happened in the Crusades, they understand what happened in the Reconquista, and they understand what happened in the quote unquote Inquisitions, and they understand about the capitulation of the Moors and the Sephardic Jews and the Hebrews and whatnot. So they know where you niggas went. They understand the story. They're taught this in their lodges. They're taught this in their fraternities, and they're taught through biogenetics, genomes, and DNA where the tribes are, where the lost tribes are, where they got scattered to, and where do you go to suppress them? You surround them collectively. I'm talking about the same nationalities that were there for the Crusades, the same nationalities that played a part in Crusade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, the same nationalities that played a part in the Inquisition, the same nationalities or nation states or clans and tribes and bloodlines that played a part in suppressing our people and conquering them in the 1400s and in the 1300s. They the same ones is working against us right to now. They are the same ones working against us right now. It's no different. They have reincarnated to play the same part that they've been playing, and they might reincarnate in a different avatar. It may be a European avatar. It may be an Asian avatar, an African avatar. It doesn't matter, for the fact that that spirit still exists. It still recreates itself. Still here. You know what I'm saying? You lived in Sicily for 3 years in the Navy, right? So my good Christopher Walken, who played the King of New York, he plays an Italian boss, and Christian Slater, or rather Dennis Hopper, is telling him, you got nigger blood in your veins, because the Moors, they made southern Italy, all of the boys are olive complexion. Everybody has an olive complexion because the Moors went over there and they was doing so much fornicating with those beautiful Italian daughters and whatnot, that they basically created a whole race of men, right? Italians, especially over there, who are gonna be forever amalgamated. You can't even wash it out their genes. They have so much Moorish blood in them. Henceforth, you can't get into certain secret societies over there if you don't have that blood, right? But they took that out against men in Harlem in the jazz era, the Renaissance era, when Lucky Luciano basically dumped the doogie, or what they would call King Heron, on Black Harlem or Black America, and the Black Moors that were the same ones that helped to liberate Italy from Mussolini and whatnot, right? They helped to spread a drug scourge, because heron, or King Heron, is a poison that disrupted. People would try to talk about the medical benefits of opium, sounding like they on opiate when they try to talk about that. But there's no way whatsoever, no how, that nobody could try to qualify any type of benefits of what the opiates have done to our kingdom and to our empire, and just to our just to the timeline, you know. We could always find good and evil and whatnot. Shit. Mushrooms grow out of excrement, right? You know what I'm talking about? There's a silver lining to everything. But let's be clear, that was a chemical war on our people, right? That was a chemical war on the Moors. That's part of the Inquisition, when they put our wonderful people on dope and whatnot and broke us and begin to create the dreams and the nightmares that we go through from right now. Okay, that shit collapsed. Some wonderful. My mama always talk about how you was able to eat off of the ground in Harlem. You didn't have to even blow on a chicken wing. It was so clean. I'm talking about. You see the Garvey and the Malcolm X speeches outside. Men were not wearing hoodies. They did not look disheveled and whatnot. They didn't look like there was a depression, and you did not see poverty on them. You did not see them looking. They had Applejack hats. They was clean and they was tailored. That's a fact. How the hell did they know that they pictures was gonna be seen 100 years later? You know what I mean? You know how they say, "Mama tell you to get ready, so you don't gotta be ready." They was ready. You could tell that they was ready. They couldn't be walking around looking for jobs dressed like that. They couldn't be walking around begging looking like that. They couldn't be walking around talking about football and basketball all day looking like that. They couldn't be walking around talking about what they balls is itching looking like that. They wasn't out there fornicating and wasting time. They was handling business and standing on it and looking the part. Okay? Because you got to actually look the part to play the part. Right? Imagine being a fireman and you come outside with those red boots on, you know what I mean, with the Metro Man boots on and whatnot, and a fucking hoodie, you know what I mean, with flippers, a hoodie, you know what I mean, and a shiesty mask on. You're not dressed for the party, you know what I mean. You don't have uniformity to basically do what you say that you do. You got to dress like a fireman to take care of the fires, bro. So, man, it's just crazy. Rose from the concrete. It's just crazy. You know, it is crazy, but it's needed though. Everything that we see taking place right now is something that needs to happen. And it is a process. If you don't realize that you are the Nebuchadnezzar going through the tunnel, man, the whole world tunnel, the word tunnel has been resonating so much. Soul Society, peace to the gods, just the idea of the tunnel, right? The tunnel is gonna fear more in just in popular culture, like focus on tunnel a lot, especially now in the winter. We are in what is known as the hibernation season. We are in tunnel era season. We are in the time of the burrowing. You know what I mean? This is the time that the animals hibernate for a reason, get low. You know what I mean? This is a reason. There's a reason why they hibernate in the winter seasons and whatnot. It's the reason why they burrow and whatnot. It's the reason why they not outside in the cold and whatnot. This is also the season for tunnel vision. This is that Mamba mentality. As you can see, the way the 2024 is built right now, you really got to be super laser focused and whatnot. You got to be in tunnel vision mode. You dig what I'm saying? You got to be like, you really got to be focused. You got to have your laser on, because you don't want to get caught slipping out here. You don't want to get caught slipping out here because they giving everybody what they ask for. You know what I'm talking about? But if you focus and you stay away from the distractions, it's really feeling like this year is going to reward people. Not even this year. It's feeling like this quarter. You know what I mean? Because I break my years down by the quarters. So we in the first quarter right now. And this first quarter is feeling real promising. This first quarter is feeling like you could throw something up in the air and that shit is going to hit. You know what I'm talking about? This first quarter is feeling magical. I ain't gonna hold you. This first quarter is feeling like, yeah, We finna give y'all everything that we promised you for the last 2 or 3 years. This is your reward for being 10 toes down. Good looking, yo. Thank you for keeping it 100, him 500. You know what I'm talking about? Him 1,000. You know what I mean? Thank you for keeping it 1,000. This feels like the year to pay off. You know what I mean? For holding it down. That's what this year is feeling like. You feel me? Before I get ahead of myself, I want to take a quick minute out for my sponsors and whatnot. Yeah, we got some sponsors and whatnot. We got an event coming up, and I need everybody to know about this, because even as I talk about the opportunities that are presenting themselves, shoot, I got to talk about one of the biggest opportunities that has presented itself to me, and that is the first week of February. We are going to be in Tucson, Arizona, celebrating the quote unquote International Gym and the Stone Show. We are going to be in the building doing a monumental event. All right, we going in a yeah, we are taking it to the quote unquote West Coast, y'all. I need y'all to come and join us. I want y'all to be in the building with us. We are taking it to the West Coast. We are going to be with my good brother Ross Ben. All right. It's going to be with my good brother Amun Ra. And it's going to be red and blue in the building in Tucson, Arizona for 5 days, y'all. 5 days. That's right. 5 days in Tucson, Arizona at the International Gym Show. We're going to be out there shopping. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to have some lectures taking place. Let me show y'all real quick the website. Let me drop the link to the website so y'all could go and check that out. All right. We have a limited space, though. We have limited spaces for anybody that wants to come through. You could come as a couple, or you could come as an individual. Okay. The Temple of Soul presents Crystal Sun Rising Retreat 2024, featuring Ross Ben, Red and Blue Pillars, and Amun Scorpius Ray. All right. Tucson, Arizona. The Crystal Sun Rising from February the 1st to the 6th. All right. So we have 777 for the individuals, and that is 5 days. International crystal tours. You getting workshops, you getting meditations, you getting your lectures, you getting hiking, you getting yoga, and you getting more. Okay, $13.90 for a couple. All of my snowbirds that are out there. Shout out to all of my snowbirds right now, shivering and whatnot in that cold weather. And you like, you know what? I could afford to be outside of this cold weather right now. I think I need to be somewhere where it's warm. Will come through to the desert and come to Tucson. The average temperature is going to fluctuate between about 50 to 70 degrees. What up, though? We going? Y'all pulling up? What up, though? We got limited seating. We got about 5 or 6 spaces left. Okay. We've been this has been promoted. We've been promoting this for about 2 weeks already. So we got about 5 or 6 spaces left. But I told my good brother Almoon, I said, let me tell my audience about this, because I want some people from the KTL world to be in the building to get all of this this energy and whatnot that we're gonna be out here giving. Okay, so we got my good brother Moon. You can read about all of the speakers when you go on the site, all of the information, everything that you need. It's a lot of FAQs. We answer a lot of questions. We introduce you to everybody. Ross Ben, who is a master teacher. Red Pillar, Blue Pillar, both master teachers. Amun Netaru El, master craftsman and a teacher. We have our stores up here. This is the schedule of the events. We got a meet and greet on Thursday the 1st at 8 p.m. You'll get to meet and greet everybody. That's the first day that we get into town. Everybody just getting, accustomed to each other, networking, blase bloom, linking up, chopping it up, music playing, drinks, food and everything moving around. But of course, all right, the next day we got sunrise planetary meditation with Temple of Soul. Our sunrise meditations from Friday all the way up until Monday. Every day is sunrise at 7 a.m. We all meditate together. Then we have sessions in self-mastery with Amun Netaru El, and that's on Friday to Mondays. All right, every day from Friday to Monday at 8 a.m. sessions, and self-mastery, spiritual exercises for the activation of the serpentine flow, powerful focus, and quantum awareness. Okay. So what's needed in what is known as the quantum quickening? What is the quantum quickening? The quantum quickening is what it is that we're experiencing right now, where things are moving at such a fast pace that we cannot keep up. We're like, yo, why is things moving so fast? You know what I mean? What's happening with time? What's going on? You know what I'm talking about? So that's the quantum quickening. So quantum awareness is going to be something that you have to be able to tap into so you can reap the benefits of being in a quantum quickening. Because one of the great things about the quantum quickening is that people are manifesting and they're seeing things come into full fruition in the amount of time that it used to take years for things to take place. Guided tour through the International Rock and Gym Show. So you get a guided tour Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right. The second and the third from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The tour will begin promptly at 10 a.m. and your guides will be Ross Ben and Amun Neteruel. Then we have the breath work with Ankara. That's on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Strengthening the power of the physical vehicle through the power of intentional breathing. Then we have a group dinner on Sunday. Ross Ben lecture on Friday from 7:30 to 9:30, the metaphysical journeys through the inner cosmos. Then you got the red pillar lecture from Saturday, 7:30 to 9:30, crystal currency in the mystical mineral kingdom. Then blue pillar on Sunday, 8 to 10, crystal currency in the mystical mineral kingdom. And then on Monday, we have the journey to the Sedona vortexes. Visitation to the Sedona vortex and the other sacred sites, hiking, insights into the 13 moon calendar, sessions in self-mastery, and the Temple of Soul open build and cipher. You know, we're going to be building at the vortexes. I'm going to be shooting some video. We're going to be doing some things. So we got the FAQs. What should you wear? Dressing your fall autumn wear. We are in a desert. Temperatures tend to fluctuate between the upper 70s and the low 50s. We will do a lot of walking, hiking, and lightweight climbing in Sedona. Sneakers, hiking boots, and athleisure footwear. Can I bring a guest? Guests will not be permitted to spend the night in a house. Cost will be added. So if you live in Arizona and you just want to come for the day, that's $88 each day. And if you just want to pull up for a workshop, that's only $44. So you'll get to come and see either Ross Ben, blue and red, and you'll get to come for that. All right. So we have a lot of things right here. We have couples rates. You could come as a couple. You could come as a single. The rooms have double occupancies. Okay. So I'm just letting you know we have the Airbnb house. All right. So this is the brother Ankara. He's the one who had did the Ankh that I show you with the crystals that I've been wearing, the copper wrapped Ankh. That's the craftsman right there and whatnot. And he's going to be doing workshops on breathing. We got sponsors. Yeah, so the link is, I'm going to drop the link in Instagram. The link is on, I should have had it where, yeah, I just have to say something and then it will go into your inbox. But if you're interested, just hit me on my inbox. Don't lose out on the opportunity. Life is about experience. This is going to be an experience that I promise you. You might have an experience in life and whatnot, but you ain't never had this experience. I know you ain't had this one. This shit is going to be unique. You know what I'm talking about? This will be a unique experience, unlike anything. And primarily, this is for people who are into crystal currency and into, especially if you are a lover of gemstones and the rock of ages and whatnot, and you know the healing modalities of the crystals, and you're an investor and you want to come and drop some money. I'm also going to be offering an investment opportunity where we're going to go there and whatnot, and we're going to shop at the International Rocks and Gem Show, and we're going to show up there like some grown-ups. You feel me? We're going to show up there with some intention and with some purpose. What I mean by that is the simple fact that we have reached the level in life, right? Especially, you know, after seeing what, you know, people such as my good brother Keys, the doors that he been opening up, right? And other people in these spaces and whatnot. So it's time to show up to the gym show and let these people know on a global audience, right? Because the game is global now. So you have suppliers from Africa, from Asia, from Turkey, and all kind of from Brazil. Brazil be heavy and whatnot. It's time that they see our groups of people as a buying group, okay? A buyer group, not individuals, but a buyer group. The same way that when they see the Asians coming through, they get in their best behavior and whatnot because the Asians pull up as a buyer group. You feel me? They have individuals in that group to control the group economics and whatnot. So 50 of them will put a $10,000 or maybe a $5,000 minimum to become a part of their buyer group. 1,000 minimum, 5,000, 10,000. They all put their money together collectively. They don't all run up on the thing together. They have one representative, and that representative is like a quote unquote it's their version of an asset manager. It's their version of an asset manager, but that one person controls 5,000 wallets now, or 500 or 50 wallets. Let's just be reasonable. Let's say 5 wallets. That one man controls 5 wallets, or that one man controls 5 investments, and those investments come together. So now when you go to the gym show, you go to people and you're playing with a bigger pot. So instead of you going with your $5,000, you have 5 people that match $5,000, and now you're going to the gym show. You have on your Meta glasses, right? You have on your Meta Ray-Ban glasses that you could go live right from your glasses. You don't have to hold your phone. You could go live right from your glasses, and your investors will be able to see all of the potential quote unquote investments that they could get for their quote unquote dollar that they could buy. Remember, you are a buyer. You are a buyer, and you represent a group of investors. That's the best way to move in these new global markets where they're looking for people to do business with. But you will get pushed to the side by groups of people who are coming through, and they represent the collective, and your ass represents the individual. China don't move like individuals. Russia don't move like individuals. Nigeria don't move like individuals. Ghana don't move like individuals. You understand? I'm giving you the countries outside of America where they moving with power. Dubai, they not moving like individuals. Okay? El Salvador, Brazil, they're not moving like that. India, and they not moving, they moving as a group. Group economics. They know that men lie, women lie, and numbers don't. In this new digital economy, the way that you break this shit, the cheat code it's a few cheat codes, but the most important one is the numbers. It's the numbers, man. So, like Liar Cohen said, he said, you don't even need no money no more. I just need the eyeballs. So people will give you all kind of excuses, and it's like, yo, I just need your eyeballs, bro. Just show up. Just give me your eyeballs. That's not asking for nothing. So whatever solution people are waiting for, it's already here. You just ain't show up you didn't show up at the Black Tie Affair to witness the unveiling of it. But goddamn it, don't flatter yourself and think that it's not here, because it's already here. Believe me, I've been in some rooms. It's already here. People is really doing what you really want to do, what you really was wishing that you could do. It's people out here making it happen. So life is about experiences. I wish that everybody is able to experience the best version of their lives. I hope everybody has the opportunity to make their next move their best move. I hope people are not restricted by fear or what they call beliefs. The belief that you lack, the belief that you're not worthy of something, the belief that you don't have, the belief that you can't do. I wish somebody could tell me at this stage in my life what I can't do. And I'm not saying that I can't, that that it's impossible that I could do every single thing. No, that's not the case. It just depends on who's saying it and why they saying it. You always got to question that. You should always question that. Somebody telling you what you can't do. You goddamn it, what you know what I could do. You know what I'm talking about? That's usually projection. That's usually projection. So I hope to see you in Arizona, whoever you are. You know what I'm talking about? I hope to see you in Tucson, because if you there or if you're not there, it's still, you know, and I think that we're gonna offer a live stream ticket option as well. For people that may want to be a part of the sessions. I'm gonna just talk to the team and see what they come up with. But you know, get outside before they lock down the whole world. That part as well. Get outside, tap into this crystal currency. For all of my investors out there, for all of my potential investors, for all of my quote unquote people who are inquiring about whether to invest, you know how to contact me. You know how to hit me up. Hit me up and see what we could do. You know, the best way to contact me is through Cash App, because I'm a businessman. Okay. And currency talks. You know what I'm talking about? I talk through the charge, through the charges of the currency. Anything else, I don't even know what that should. I can't hear anything else but that. So if you want to communicate, the Cash App is $Richfield44, $Richfield, and that's with one L, baby, 44. Okay. So I ain't gonna hold y'all, because you know I do have things that I need to get to. I got some people in town, and I'm going back to the studio because we working and whatnot. We changed the name of our musical project from The Pills Got Something to Say to Purple Sprite. You know what I'm talking about? We changed it to Purple Sprite. We may dedicate a song on the project to with the title that The Pills Got Something to Say, but for the most part, it's Purple Sprite now. Okay. With that being said, you know, for all of the, you said get Ampu on it. That's a fact. Ampu is definitely going to be on the album. At this point at the album, we're just getting guest features. We locked down all of our recording. So now we're going through, let me play something for you and y'all can tell me who you think I should put on this. Now we just going through guest features so we could have it, we could sprinkle it with people that we like, you know what I mean? People that we respect. You know, I definitely want to have people that I'm rocking with, because it's a lot of waves right now. I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of people is making noise and you know, doing what they supposed to do. So shit, we gonna get them on a project. All right. Let me know who I should have on this joint right here.
Like they coach a conflict. Hey, 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 hey. While I'm chasing these riches, I'm unblocking these basic bitches. I'm unlocking these matrix glitches. I'm unboxing these faceless switches. Automatic, automated, yeah, faceless niches. Shadow boxing with these agent smithers. We send the shooters, got stains on the blockchain. My shooters profit to prove the proof of concept. Yes. In the middle of the ball, like they coach a conflict. Hey, 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 hey. While I'm chasing these riches, I'm unblocking these basic bitches. I'm unlocking these matrix glitches. I'm unboxing these faceless switches. Automatic, automated, yeah, faceless niches. Shadow boxing with these agent smithers. We send the shooters.
Yeah. You know. Who you think would sound good on that bop right there? You know what I'm talking about? Who you think would sound good on that bop? You know? I wonder. You said AA will go crazy. You hear Ampu or Sir Bay on it? Jason, hit me up on you can hit me up on the email. You said the Source Guard needs to be on there. Somebody else said Source Guard. Okay, that's interesting. Lizzie Jeff. Black Magic. Well, Black Magic don't rap. Brother Rich is a producer. Cambada is the one who raps. I was hearing Cambada on my Instagram. A lot of people were saying Cam would body that. I think Cam will walk on that and whatnot. You said, to be honest with you, that beat right there, I think we got room for like 4 people on that. I think we got about room for about 4. That's the posse cut right there. Jack Hella Classics. Uh-huh. Jack Hella. Well, yeah, I would love to hear Jack on a bouncy beat like that. You know what I mean? Cause he kills he's a monotone. He's like the 21 Savage of consciousness. Yeah, Bada would slide retarded on that. Bada would go stupid on that. You feel me? Bada would go crazy on that. But yeah, the music though is coming out. It's coming out. I promise you. You know I ain't gonna hold you. The music is coming out the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we almost ready for y'all. You said Cam would be a good fit. Amir Block Bully. Yo, Temple of Soul. Where you at? Why are you not in the building? Pull up, my brother. I need you to chop it up with the people before I get out of here. If you have time, if you got to like 5 to 10 minutes, can you pull up on me so we can talk to the people? That Blue, the first person that Blue said that he was gonna send it to just show you how on point you are was Chicago Crypto. That's what he said. He told me that he was gonna send it to Block Bully. So the fact that you said that's just showing me that it might be time, and I might have to send that to the God and let him just go crazy with the crypto bars. You dig? The pill snapped on Breathless. Oh, let's go hear that too. Let's go hear that real quick. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's go check that out.
Hey, while I'm
Y'all should do this challenge right here.
right, hello.
Yeah. It's the warm up. This the warm up.
Crushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals. Quasi-Kodo, touching the coastals. Ethiopia, touching the opals. And quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT mixed with a Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for sing. I'm the last Elon, straight out of Pelon. Victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus, they packing the seats up, cracking like C4C. They say it won't happen again, like gay getting back with Adidas. He back with the heaters, back in the sweepers, so black like a pack of fajitas. Used to get stacks for the features, now niggas they pay us with straps on the back of their sneakers, just to come stack with the teachers. We made them a promise and made us some comments, they paid us some homage. We married the game and they gave us Madonna, no maiden, no honor. Rebuking the priesthood like Sinead O'Connor. If I take the breath, God give you the praise.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Come on now. I don't know what y'all been doing. I don't know what y'all been doing. I'm in the stew. I'm outside. I'm outside. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man. We just getting, like I said, man, we working. I'm just working. Get AJ McQueen on Purple Sprite. Facts. Fact. You said you'd be on 100,000. Yeah, I'm taking that song to the gym with me. You know what I mean? That's gonna be my get big song right there. I'm gonna take that to the whole gym with me. He said, "Would you on semen retention spitting those bars? You went off." You know what? I think I was, to be honest with you. Now that you asked that, and that does play a big part. If anybody really wanted to ever know that, in terms of projection and buildup of energy that comes out in your music. If you build up your chi, right? If you build up your blue magic, if you build up your energy, if you build up your charge, the same way that you charge a electronic car, you feel me? You will hear it in your music. Definitely. You would definitely hear it in music, especially if you tweak your music to 432. You know what I mean? You'll tell the difference. When you really like have no energy and you wearing a lot of polyester and shit, you'll sound hollow. You'll be hollowed out. You got a hollow flow. And it doesn't have no charge and whatnot. It's not electric. You feel me? It's not electric. There's a difference. So yeah, man. Hit up the Cash App, you know what I'm saying? But definitely for the anybody that's ready to come out here to Tucson, this is very, very last minute. I know that. This is definitely for anyone who's considered a digital nomad or a nomad or somebody who's a snowbird and you just cannot take that cold weather and you ready to get out of the goddamn Arctic chill and you want to charge up on a powerful grid and whatnot and probably see some spacecrafts, do some plant-based medicine, do some breathing, do some yoga, be with some legends. I think it's the Super Bowl out there at the same time. Yeah. Legendary shit, yo. Life is what you make it, man. Life is about experience. So if you want to come and have an experience that you can never put a price on and an experience that will last you a lifetime, I'll see you in Tucson. You know how to get there, right? The link is in the quote unquote description. Let me put the link in the description. Let me put the link in the description. You dig? But yeah, the link is in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat. But yeah, pull up. We'll make it, you know, you'll have people that's gonna greet you and take care of you, and you know, we'll be out there and we'll link up and we'll take pictures and we'll chop it up and you know, yeah. Temple of Soul, what's up? You pulling up or what? I sent you the link. You gonna pull up on us and talk to the people? Somebody said holler at Smack Water out of Houston. Lights. I'm not hollering at nobody really, to be honest with you. I got enough people that I don't gotta. I would be disrespectful of me to look over people that I know and holler at people that I don't know. You know what I mean? Without giving the people that I do know opportunity. That's like that I'm missing the whole purpose of why I exist. That I don't work like that. I don't do. I give my people a shot. I give my people an opportunity. I don't look over my people who stay 10 toes down and who is out here putting in work. You know what I mean? Making their name. I got enough people making their name ringing in my network and in my circle that literally I don't got to go outside of it. Like we building our own wave and whatnot. And Pooh is bussing. You feel me? And Pooh is bussing. You feel me? Kambada bussing. You feel me? A Rashid is bussing. KT the Arch Degree is bussing. You know what I'm talking about? Lizzie Jeff is bussing. You feel me? Like where I'm going. Free Soul, Source Guard, or every AJ McQueen. That's all. Come on, everybody bussing. 19 Keys is bussing. Wait till you hear his music. That shit crazy. So where we going? Where are we going? My shit, all of our shit gonna be super legendary. They're gonna make movies about this, bro. This is a whole wave. This shit is global. Like we got people around the world reciting the lyrics and tapping in, asking me for the album. They want the vinyl and shit like that, signed artwork. You know what I'm talking about? Like we built a whole industry. We built a whole industry. We got a whole wave. We don't got to sign to no label. We are the label. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I can't even work with an artist that's signed to a label. I don't fuck with you like that if you got a Jewish owner. I don't even rock with you like that. No disrespect, but you know, you got to get your shit together before you come do business with me because I'm not splitting no pie. I'm not splitting no points. I'm not feeding nobody in Tel Aviv through no nigga from the hood and whatnot who got on and didn't know how to read. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. You niggas, you got hoodwinked and bamboozled and whatnot, and you gotta live with those decisions. You know what I'm saying? You niggas can't be out here sign to a label and try to work with a free man, you know what I'm saying, who's not owned by nobody, and I don't gotta get a fucking release. I don't got nobody gotta clear shit for me. I don't need nobody's permission. I'm not owned and whatnot. Now, that's not to take away from the fact that I might go into a venture in the future of a partnership or some type of distribution deal and whatnot. Or, you know, the God might sign some paperwork, but I know how to read. Please believe if I ever signed some goddamn paperwork, it was beneficial for me and mine and what I'm here to do. You know what I'm talking about? And I know how to read. So you could trust and believe that I know what I'm doing. I've been able to weigh all of the circle. I'm playing chess like that African was playing chess against 10 Europeans. I got all of them at the table playing chess right now on multiple boards. What are you doing? That's how, if you are more, you gotta you know, that's how the Moors is moving. How you would, you know what I mean? We playing chess against multiple opponents, and we can't afford to lose one hand. One hand. And it could be Europeans at the table. It could be Asians at the table. It could be Africans at the table. It could be quote unquote Indo-Europeans at the table. It could be all kind of different people. Doesn't even matter. An opponent is an opponent is an opponent. You don't see people acting all up in the Serengeti when the opponents pull up, my nigga. An opponent is an opponent. I never seen a mongoose say, wait, is that a fucking green snake? No, nigga, the shit get active. Mongoose get active. You know what I mean? So an opponent is an opponent. A race is a race. Some people talking about, yo, race don't exist. I'm like, until you niggas break the illusion, it does. You in a race, nigga. How dare you act like you not in a fucking marathon and this marathon is race-based? Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. Because if you trying to tell me subtly that you a goddamn traitor, just say that. Just say that you would trip me up and let a snowman or a goddamn snow bunny hop over me. Just say that. Just say that you would sabotage me for somebody of a other race and whatnot because of your sexual proclivity. Just say that. You know what I mean? I don't rock with traitors, bro. And the best way to clear any type of possibilities of being double crossed is that you got to keep the fucking grass cut very low. There was a clip that I put up where Umar was saying that he won't take a woman back after she's been with another race and whatnot. And, you know, I had to agree with that. And that's from personal experience. I wasn't hating and I wasn't generalizing. I know that I've been in situations with sisters who was giving back to the community after them people had they turn with them or had they time with them. And when they give them back to us, they not the same, bro. I witnessed that on 2 occasions. It was like, nah, this shit is like, you ever let somebody hold your G.I. Joe when you was little? For all of my G.I. Joe owners, and they broke off the fucking part, the part where the crotch was. Remember where you remember you had G.I. Joes and they had the part where the hip was, and they broke off the part of the hip, and the G.I. Joe never was the same. It always wobbled. It would never stand strong again. Come on, fam. Temple, you said the link didn't show up. All right, let me have to resend that real quick. Yeah, that's how they feel when they come back after they deal with Jeff Epstein's and them. After they start rocking out with Jeff Epstein, and you know, they take their tour 90210 and they send them back to the hood and whatnot. Never the same. Never the same. They proclivities is too weird for me. So we just be like, you know what? We good. You know, no disrespect. And it's completely the different conversation with men. We're not getting, well, some men get turned out, you know, some men is getting turned out and turned into all kind of weirdos, turned on to all kind of weirdo shit, but it's different for men. I don't even want to get into that conversation because it's too late at night, but it's different. We are not the same. Like, I don't want to have these grown ass conversations with grown people and talk down to them like they children and whatnot. But I don't live in no reality where men and women are the fucking same biologically. It's impossible. Like, what are you talking about? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Do you need me? Because if I talk to people about obvious shit and what they call common sense, I'm gonna talk to them in an uncommon way. Because if I gotta talk to you like we're really having some type of intellectual diatribe, then I'm just dumbing myself down and I'm playing along to appease you, and I'm past that. I'm choosing violence. I'm like, are you dumb, nigga? Do you know that you have a protruding organ, nigga, called a phallus? It extends. It's an inserting tool. Then the other group of people, they don't have an inserting. They have an inserting. They have an insertion. So there's a plug and there's a socket, my nigga. There's a plug and there's a socket. One person has a phallus, which is the equivalent to a plug. He different. He carries a charge. He's pushing something out. Then there's another person that has a socket that they're taking something in. So it's a different relationship in the whole process. I'm pushing something out, my nigga. I'm pushing P. I'm pushing P. Are you dumb? You're not pushing P, my nigga. You're not. You could never push P. You could only get it pushed on you. But now they have a group of women mimicking the pushing process. They're pushing P. Right? But because you push P with a strap, my nigga, get the strap. It don't make it. It does not make it what it really is. Okay? So you pushing the little P, not the capital. Your P is silent. You know what I'm talking about? Your P is silent. There's givers and receivers. There's AC and then there's DC. There's negative charge and there's positive charge. We live on a binary planet. You can't change the rules, nigga. Right? Just because you feel like it, or just because man told you, you sound crazy. You're fucking insane. And I'm not talking to nobody as if they're an intellect when it's some common sense shit. We're not doing that. I'm shaming you for being fucking dumbed down, my nigga. You know what I mean? That's the only way to break through the monotony. You pushing plastic. That's causing fibroids and all kind of wide hips, nigga. It's not real. The type of P that you push when your shit is real is not the type of P that you push when your shit is still. It's not the same. Wood, steel, latex, rubber, petroleum, linoleum, you name it. Dr. Ben said heaven is in between the legs of a black woman. He said heaven's gates is in between the legs of a black woman. All things that go into heaven's gates have to get procreated. Watch what you put in there. That's what Dr. Ben said. From the quantum, from the on the other, he sees everything. He sees everything. He said the gates of heaven is between the legs of a black woman. So the man's head, your face should be there at all times, guarding the gate, pushing P, nigga, talking that sass into their ear and whatnot while you're pushing P into heaven's gates. Okay, to create heaven on earth. Okay. And not AI. AI should not be in there drilling the motherfucking drilling for oil. There should not be a robot taking your place. The rise of the AI. Who cloned Tyrone, nigga? Who cloned Tyrone? Who cloned him? That ain't Rose from that ain't Pearl from 227. No, I'm talking about. And that ain't where that ain't Pearl from 227. But yeah, man, men got work to do. Men got work to do. Men got work to do. For sure, for sure. We need to step it up. Because ain't nobody finna step this shit up like we gonna step it up. Ain't nobody finna step this thing up like we finna step it up. So we got work to do. There's nothing else to talk about. And we live in a day and time where it's all possible. The quote unquote, the Babylon has fallen to give us all reign, full reign to do what we gotta do. That's what it has done. It has given us full reign. We can't take this shit for face value and just sit around and do nothing. Everything is moving in a direction to make it right for you to assume your rightful place and take your throne. Facts. Don't let nobody motherfucking hoodwink you or make it seem like, oh, this is the time that men gotta sit down because the mama. No, nigga. That ain't what it said. Fuck out of here. This is the time for us to step up and pop our motherfucking collar, nigga. This is no, it ain't time to what? What happened? What happened? I'm not even going to talk too much. For my Patreons, let's tap in. We got this AI class, 40 AIs in a mule. We have to continue. We're going to do that. Respectfully, we'll do that mañana in the rising. You know what I'm talking about? You get daytime red pill, you get daytime rich pill and whatnot. We'll do it after the brunch. You know what I'm talking about? After I do that alligator souffle, we'll go ahead and do the class on the AI so we could talk about all of the potential to make millions of dollars right now with AI film. AI film is here. It's groundbreaking. I'll give you a quickie. I'm gonna give you guys a quickie real quick. You dig? Just to show you some of the things that are available. This shit right here. This shit right here. Like, this shit right here. Runway ML, the best $20 that I probably spent next to the Mid Journey shit.
So similar to the instant image generation using decoherence in Leonardo.ai, you can use real-time canvas to paint an image as well as combine it with text prompts and get live output. So if I quickly grab on my paintbrush, and you can choose one of these presets. And you can decrease or increase the creativity. And again, you could change to something like cinematic and generate images. So
this is all made with AI. That's all made with not just AI, but basic prompts, text to video, right? Text to video. So imagine for all of my homeschoolers where you basically had, you know, the opportunity to take your students and just create video games all day. You know what I mean? Create, you know, digital assets based off of their imaginations. So people are creating short films. They're making videos for music songs. They're making adverts for products. They're making trailers for movies. They're reimagining folklore. They're taking mythos and making it real. And this is simply by bundling a few tools together, right? By bundling Mid-Journey, Runway, Photoshop, and you make the music with AI. All of this is AI. All of this is machine. All of this is quote unquote, generative and whatnot. So this is where the future not is headed. Forget about where it's headed. To talk about where it's headed, that's a whole nother conversation. We could talk about where it's at. We could give you a 3-hour training or a 2-hour masterclass just to show you where it's at. Forget about where it's headed. Where it's headed, you don't pay attention to where it's at. You're gonna miss that part. So remember, when you're looking at these videos, you're not looking at stuff that's enticing to you, maybe because you're not over there, right? They're making what they're making. You have the opportunity to make what you make. So we have to get in these spaces and whatnot. Imagine the star seeds and letting their imaginations run wild. Imagine every rising when you wake up and what you dreamt in the astral realm, you could go to Mid-Journey and create a whole visual about it. And then you could sell that visual to people who have the Vision Pro glasses or the Meta glasses and whatnot. You could put this in a quote unquote marketplace and you could begin to take your ideas and your dreams and do what? Build out whole industries with it. That's where we at with it. That's where we at. So 40 AIs in the mule. I'm doing a masterclass in the rosin and whatnot. We're gonna do a powerful masterclass to teach people all of the opportunities that await them with this new AI, with all of these new tools and whatnot. And we'll also show you what budget that you need, which theoretically a budget of $100 will have you producing digital content that is worth thousands of dollars. And keep in mind, the world that we live in right now, content is king. Okay, well, data is king and content is prince, right? So tap in. I can't say it enough. Tap in and get what it is that you need. There's people sitting around. I'm like the dude from the video game commercial. Do you know that dude made me get up and sign up to Catherine Gibbs back in 2002, where he was like, are you sitting on your couch? Do you want to make video games? Well, get up and do it now. I got the fuck up and did it. And I never made a video game, but I will make a video game before it's all said and done, because I intentionally started on that journey in 2002. So here we are in 2024, and I'm still on the journey to make video games. But I literally just showed y'all some video, some evidence that we are moving closer to that reality by the day. This is the evidence of the fact that my journey to make a video game is coming true. Okay.
Moon Valley is a groundbreaking new text-to-video generative AI model. MoonValley.ai is an innovative startup that is supported by Y Combinator, one of the most prestigious startup accelerators in the world. Moon Valley lets you generate HD, 16:9 cinematic film quality footage from text prompts. You can also convert images into animated videos and choose from several different styles, from comic book, fantasy, anime, manga, realism, 3D animation.
Somebody said,
The tool provides
aren't you a bit old for video games? First of all, I probably look younger than you at whatever age that you are. You could be 18 years old. I literally probably look younger than you. Second of all, there's no age for I'm making the video game. I'm not playing the video games. That's a difference. I'm not playing the, I make the video games, and if I choose it, I want to play it, I would. But to make a video game and to be a video game owner and to have my name to pass down to my children's children, that's never an age on that. So what was your question, Be Wise as Serpents? What is your question? Because if we live in a digital world right now where we have entered into a quote unquote digital reality, you can never put an age bracket on creativity, imagination, art, let alone the digital arts. That's just foolish. As long as you could generate images, there's people that are on Midjourney right now generating images in group homes and in elderly homes, and it's actually therapeutic for them that they're able to say, because they can't draw because they have Alzheimer's, so they're able to basically generate ideas, right? They able to generate ideas which help them generate images even as centurions, even in their 100 years, 90 years, or 80 years. The same thing could be said for 8-year-olds. You got 8-year-olds in homeschool now generating mini movies based off of quote unquote generative AI. They don't need to learn how to read and write, and they could still make a whole comic book. So you might have this whole thing a little miss. You said that you tripping. What am I asking? Well, you got to be clear, because I'm just reading what I read. In the world of this Android language, text, that's very misunderstood forms of communication. Do you know that? Chat rooms and emojis and whatnot. Nothing will never trump communication through the English natural language and whatnot. So sometimes people get their texts misconstrued. He said, let's go get those minerals in Africa. Yeah. Okay. And what is the minerals in Africa going to do about are you assuming that the minerals in that, all right, let's do the minerals in Africa, but at the same time, let's make the video game of getting the minerals out of Africa, so our quote unquote star seeds and our indigos and our rainbows could begin to put their quote unquote collective minds through this digital world where you got to find them where they at. And I promise you that's where they at. And they say that you got to speak their language, and I promise you that's the language that they speak in. And you got to meet them where they at, and they online and whatnot playing worldwide video games. So you create the worldwide video game while you on this line telling me what to do, right? While you on the internet suggesting what I should do, what you should do, if you have the time to do it, is to come up with the framework of the video game where we can actually get our minerals back from Africa and all of our riches, and we could do it in real life at the same time. How about that? So without any further ado, I want to open up the room and I want to open up the stage to my good brother, who will be the host of the quote unquote 5-day event that we have in Tucson, Arizona, that is coming up in the first week of February. That is in about 10 days from now. Okay. So the Tucson, Arizona Crystal Sun Rising, I want to introduce to y'all my good brother, Amun Scorpius Ray.
Yo. What up, Red?
All is well.
All is well, man. Yeah, man, you cooking tonight, man. I hear you, bro. You
Indeed.
you in, man. It's a lot of things that need to be discussed, but yeah, it's all right now. It's all about the Christ era, man. Like when we came up, knowledge of gods and earths and Nuwapian teachings of the planet Risk, and people was learning Hebrew and studying the Dead Sea Scrolls, and we grew up in the metamorphosis of the mind and spirit time. But one of the things that harmonized a lot of us was the conversation about Christ consciousness, man. So so when we talk about Christ and you see the word Christ and the word L in the word crystal, man, if the universe ain't making it simple for people, I don't know.
Right.
Like what else do we want? Like, why, like, are we overcomplicating it? Right? You know,
That
so
just might be the case.
the
You know,
Christ and the L, like we became Moors and people became Bays and L's and eels, as we say. But L means to elevate. How many people was using the word elevation? Right? Like the L is right there. So you see the Christ and you see the L. A lot of us was raised Christian. And the reason why we left is because we wanted more what? We wanted more L. We wanted more elevation.
Right.
Right? Even when you deal with zikr, right? You do zikr, 99 names of Allah. It's El Wadud and El Razak and El Kareem and El Kabir and El Malik and all these L's. So bring Christ and El together and get your crystallization right. So that's what we on. Crystal Sun Rising, Tucson, February 1st to the 6th. I know workshops and lectures by master teacher Ross, Ben, myself, Blue Pill, Red Pill, Marina Olukuni, Acacia says she's coming through. Just a great opportunity to tap in to not only the personal sphere of us really being like family. Like, it's one thing to look at the screen and be like, I feel the vibe. It's another thing to be with the tribe and have a moment by the fire in the backyard, or take a hike. And, when we take our hike and we go out to the cactuses, like people tend to break off in little 3s and 2s and walk in different things and make observations. And you might see a lizard run, like the living experience of being the Sedona vortexes, and just taking time for revelation, or for us from the Northeast to understand the whole continent as our altar, right? Turtle Island, right? And when you get to these mountaintops, these is places that you can make a special offering and conversation, whether it be for an ancestor that passed or for brothers and sisters. But what about, like, for brothers in particular, I'm talking right now, what about your miscarried children? Have you had a conversation for their souls? Have you had conversations for children that might have been aborted that you wanted to keep, but you didn't have no say-so in it? What about that, right? So every bit of being true to your heart and soul is involved in these type of journeys that we take. It's not just about being so deep, because the cosmos is aligning and the planets, all that too, though. But it's really about your own heart, your own soul, and understanding that this planet is a sanctuary with many, 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 many levels of function for your now, your ancient past, and your cosmic future. So we got some amazing workshops coming up and a tour through the International Rock and Gym Festival. So people that's trying to get supplies, people that's trying to get supplies, let me and Ross Ben show you something. You know what I'm saying? Let us show you something, so you could come back to whatever region you are. And if you want to put gifts in, or let's say you got 4 children, you want to gift all their houses. Well, why don't you go right to the source where the miners are and get you some real high quality black tourmaline?
That's a fact.
And be able to put that black tourmaline by their front door and their back door. You know what I mean? You got that big flat screen TV. Why don't you go ahead and put a couple of black tourmalines and fluorites around your TV so that you can still see the image, but you ain't got to do war with every aspect of electromagnetic pollution coming from it. Go ahead and set force fields up in your house. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to live in a future of fiber optics and act like we don't have no applications. You do have applications. Now, is you going to apply yourself, or is you going to deny yourself? You know what I mean? And so we on it. We've been on it. And I'm glad that you're joining us this year. We did it 3 years ago for the Crypto Crystal Convergence. And we back again, man. So tap in.
That's crazy too. That was so far. That was 3 years. Felt like yesterday.
It flew by,
it really flew so fast. God darn it.
Yeah, and for those, and I say big ups to, I know a lot of us is New York. I mean, everybody link up through, through red and blue. We know that, but a lot of us is New York, Philly, and the Northeast. Let me tell you something. Get on about the cold and come across the country. The Southwest got something real special for people from the Northeast.
Trying to tell you,
the Southwest.
The nature knows more than man because they get up and go. They don't subject themselves to that goddamn trauma and that brutality of what Jack Frost got to give you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's only a 4 or 5 day break unless you're gonna expand it. Cause like I'm on my joint, like I'm trying to be, I'm trying to go from there to like Vegas to like LAX, and cause the Grammys is that week, and I'm not big on all the hoopla with Hollywood and the Grammys like that, but I am always gonna go where people who inspire me are at, and people who are making moves in the world of music and art are at. I go those places.
It's a frequency.
I'm excited about life, so I go places that's
Super
exciting.
Bowl? Is it the Super Bowl or is it the All-Star Week as well out there?
Oh, it's both. Damn, I forgot about that. That's everything. Wow, man, that's everything. Because Super Bowl is in Vegas the same time. So yeah, right. So all of that's. I mean, it's a great time to be in that region. You got Grammys, you got that. Then personally, the Pan African Film Festival is also in LA, and I've been going to Pan African Film Festival since about 2004. And
yeah, I was going to that one. I was going when they was in Miami. I was pulling up to them.
Yeah.
But yes, so, brother. I want to say thank you. I'm sure that there's somebody in the audience right now who's gonna make that call and is gonna make that trip, and is gonna be in the building with us, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, I saw it on that show when y'all was when y'all pulled up and y'all said something that sparked a." And I was like, man, that's right in alignment with what I need to do. So if that's you, if the West has been calling you, if Sedona, if the vortexes have been calling you, if the desert really has been calling you, because that's where we're gonna be. We're gonna be. This is our opportunity and our experience on the West Coast in that quote unquote. I won't call it the desert. I will call it the bottom of the ocean. We going to the bottom of the ocean. Because there used to be an ocean over there, and quote unquote, the riches are always found at the bottom of the ocean. Henceforth, while Las Vegas is the quote unquote the gambling capital. But when I go there, my lecture, I'm bringing the Facts Initiative out there, but I'm also going to be speaking about how the gangs, that's Gangland America, how the gangs of the British Empire, the gangs of the European bankers, the quote unquote gang, the organized crime syndicates. Remember, but Meyer Lansky set up a crime syndicate, right? A crime syndicate. This syndicate did not go anywhere. This syndicate has turned into quote unquote law enforcement. This syndicate has turned into big pharma. This syndicate has turned into quote unquote big war and whatnot. This syndicate is big beef. Pause. This syndicate is big pork, big chicken. That's what these syndicates have turned into. They haven't gone nowhere. So Las Vegas was built by criminals. Las Vegas was built by quote unquote a bunch of bloodthirsty criminals, murderers, rapists, pedophiles, these were lower rung people. That's who built Hollywood. That's who built. So when you see sacrifices, when you hear about murder, when you hear about espionage, when you hear about blackmail, when you hear about kidnappings, when you hear about MK Ultra, when you hear about overdoses and all of these things, just know the region and the people that you're talking about, and they pay millions of dollars to clean up their image and to make it seem like it is what it's not. But in those hills of Hollywood and in those quote unquote, in a lot of those crevices in those places, you don't want to be there. You don't understand the world that you even in. You don't even know the government that you're dealing with. You have to be completely re-educated. Henceforth, that's why we do what we do.
And at the same time, there's also lots of indigenous and sacred magic to these places. So
Oh, that's what they
knowing
tap into. That's
the
what they leaning into.
people say as above, so below,
Below.
but we also have to understand so below as above.
That's
That
right.
that when ones like us come there, sure, we can see the duality, we can see the tug of war, we can see the malevolent forces, but can you also see the Cocopelli? You
Yes.
know,
Right.
can you see the activation of the Kachina forces
Because
hidden
Vegas
in
is so powerful.
hidden in the
Right.
sacred geometries of the way certain buildings are set up? What's activated when we're in the Luxor, as
Right. When we
opposed to
right.
somebody that's just out there drinking and whoring and what have you.
See, you
It's
on
so
point with it.
have we ever, how many of us have never even witnessed a structure like that to send a chain reaction through our DNA? Like some people only need to go there just for that. It ain't a
But
matter
yo,
of all of the
on
down spiral. Sometimes
on
we got to up spiral
everything,
those things.
I got activated in the Luxor in '01. I spent 2 nights in the Luxor, and I was in the capstone.
Yeah, you
Bro, I was in it. I was in the goddamn. I got out the shower. I was at the. I don't want to be graphic and whatnot, but I
Right.
was with a whiz.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
let's just say that I was down the capstone getting capped. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Hey,
Looking out of the capstone window, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that shit felt like I was literally tapped into Kemet, bro.
Yeah,
I had an experience,
yeah.
and then the club I was in Scarface Tub in Club New York with I met
Yeah.
my son's mother at the magic show in Las Vegas.
Hey, that's my first
We
show.
both
That's my
I'm
first
from
show.
New.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met my son Amir, my first son, who I had at 33 at the magic. Me and his mother met by coincidence, and that night was magic.
I love it.
Like that night
I
was
love it.
magic. It was at the magic show. I could do magic, bang.
And
You know what I'm talking
listen,
about?
yo, that magic show, boy. What I'm telling
Yo,
you,
Vegas is
my first
magical,
trip
bro.
there
Vegas is magical.
was bugged out. It was my first trip there. Me and my mans from Chicago, we went out there for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just getting to know it and just kind of analyzing the city. And I mean, sure, in any city I go to, I can see the fuckery, no question. I can see the madness in any city. It's just that I've honed my ujat to translate on a frequency that surged my heaven on earth.
That's right. As you should.
And from that exercise so much, not only am I guided, but I'm just I mean, coming from any inner city, once you done brush shoulders with some of the roughest of the rough and had some near-death experiences dealing with your own from
You from Chicago, right?
high school up, you know what I'm saying, having those experiences, once you take knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, refinement, equality, God, build, destroy, born, cipher again, you born so many times over that you decipher reality as soon as you walk in the door. You know what I mean? So
Water rises to its highest levels.
And so taking
DNA
the quality
responds to environment.
Yeah. So taking the qualities, I'm just bringing it 360 to say, taking the qualities of the enlightenment from the Tucson trip and being able to take them wherever you go. Whether you dipping off back to New York, you're going back to Atlanta, you're going to whatever town or city you live in. The idea is to take this infusion of universal self-awakening and awareness, as well as understand that a lot of these places in that region the cities are like altars for us. Right. There are places that are made for us to lay our troubles down.
Right.
And shake, as the Outcast song Liberation says, shake a load off, shake a load off. You go out there, you shake a load off. Let it go. You ain't got to hold on to last year's personality and drag all your 2023 shit through 2024. But there are exercises and rituals. And in this case, there's a collective of brothers and sisters here to do it with you. We're doing it together so that we can all breathe deep, so that we can all be fresh and free and go ahead and live in the higher quality of programming that so many of us claim this year is about. And that way we ain't got to focus so much on what they doing, because a lot of us is still beating ourselves over the head with too much they talk and they this and they fuck all the they
Right.
what you doing,
Right.
you
They
know what I
live.
mean? So this is one of the things we doing.
Appreciate you, King.
You know,
No doubt.
word up.
Appreciate you, King.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna be doing some more work, you know, before leading up to the day. We're gonna be you know, let the people know, spread the word.
Yes, sir.
Get out there. Even when the tickets sell out, I still want to spread the word. I still want to get in front of the people. I still want them to know that this is happening. Even, you know, I just want them to know that it's happening. I just want them to know that people are still coming together on their ancestors' lands and whatnot, and they're still activating the grid when millions of people are, you know, when there's something going on that grid, when millions of people are converging there for the Super Bowl, for the international gym show and all of that, we're in the middle of that, channeling all of that chi, all of that energy, and redirecting it where it needs to be. Crystal currency. This is crystal sun rising. This is our moon ray. All right. Make sure that y'all tap in with the God. He does some very powerful jewelry pieces, a lot of crystal currency and whatnot. The brother is an craftsman of the highest order. He will be in Arizona. This is the host for our 6-day trip, $777. If it's independent, that will cover your quote unquote lodge, not your flight. It will cover your lodge. It will cover all events. It will cover the workshops, the meditations, the lectures, the hiking, the yoga, and we have a group meal together on Sunday at night where we will break bread the Brooklyn way. We will be doing plant-based medicines on the side, of course, but that's not a part of our quote unquote curriculum. But we will have things available for people to get right. Flowers, edibles, oils, all kind of things, you name it. We got it. If it's time to heal for you, if it's that time, we'll see you.
And it's a big business opportunity. I don't want to front on that. For those of y'all that got shops, y'all got stores, y'all got online stuff, we gonna be on our enlightenment, John, but do not get it twisted. You go out to that African market out there and make a couple of connects. You go out to the international market and make some stone connects with people who are giving you the highest quality citrine.
The highest
quality Namibian and Congo citrine. People
That's
talk about they want a stone for prosperity and wealth. This the best
raw
citrine.
dog. Yeah, you get the best.
So you get the best
quality.
of the best. You make that personal connection and go ahead and have some, you know, continue to make the connections that build legacy. People talk about wealth, generational wealth. What is generational wealth if the electronic money lose all of its meaning? Do you still have connections to the resources that will be worth something forever in a day?
Moon, for the people who live in Arizona who just want to come to the events, what is the what do we have for them?
So those workshops are available. Per workshop is $44. So we're just splitting them into day, midday, and night, right? So if people can't get up for the sunrise sessions or the sessions in self-mastery at the beginning of the day, then and they just want to run with us through the marketplace and just be a part of the organism of us moving and doing that thing, either part of that will be a 44 offering. If they want to rock with the whole day, that's 88. So 88 is get in where you fit in. You might come for the sunrise, be like, okay, I got to break out and go to work at 10 o'clock. I'll meet y'all at Electric Park, which is one of the spots. I'll meet y'all at Electric Park at 4. And then from 4, you might roll with us, eat dinner with us, and catch Red Pill's lecture on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? That's 88. Right. So it'd be 88 a day though, right? Because we got to take we got things we got to take care of. But plug in with us. It'll be more than worth it. This is a pivotal experience. This is not the kind of thing that the numbers is just really numbers when it boils down to it. It's really how we transform our realities with this unique opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So tap in. It's gonna be special. Y'all can hit me on Instagram at Temple of Soul. You see me on the flyer. Red Pill and Blue Pill and Ankara are all blasting it. Look forward to seeing y'all.
Yes, yeah. You can hit this QR code right here with your phone, and it will take you directly to the website.
Mhm.
I showed you the site a minute ago. I'll show it to you briefly again, so you know when you go here that you're in the right spot. All
Mhm.
right. Here we go. Boom. All right. This is the page right here. All right. Check it out. Ask any questions you could send. You could contact who you need to contact. But yeah, we here. All right.
Yes, sir.
We've arrived at this point where it is that time of the year. Okay. It is that time again.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man.
y'all on the west side, the best
Yeah,
side.
man. So yeah, we cooking all week though. We'll be back.
Yes, we will.
Prospect.
All right. So yeah, man. With that being said, we out of here. Family, good looking, man. Y'all stay dangerous, man. Y'all stay focused. Stay on purpose. Make sure y'all go and check out that A.A. Rashid interview on higher level conversations and whatnot. And make sure y'all tap in tomorrow. Melanin Monday is tomorrow night. We will be broadcasting live through the YouTube, right from the office like this and whatnot. Look out for that. I'll have the flyer out. And for the Patreons, I'll send y'all the link so y'all can be in the building. And then next Monday, we're doing IRL in real life in Atlanta, and we'll have a special guest. Y'all let me know who you think the special guest should be for next Monday's Melanin Monday. Who do you think the special guest should be? And it should first be somebody that lives in Atlanta. If y'all want me to fly somebody out, we gotta have to put together a budget. You know what I'm talking about? We could make anything happen. We could make anything happen. You know what I mean? We could bring the big dogs out. I just gotta pay their lunch, and I gotta make sure to put them in a good Airbnb, and I gotta make sure to take care of them. Also, we have on deck. Okay, this is the special stamp, the red pill, quote unquote. The red pill strain has arrived. The red pill strain has arrived. If anybody is interested in tapping in to the 3.5 and the quote unquote 7, we online, so I gotta be very mindful about that. But the red pill strain up in the gumbo, we got the red pill strain. This shit smokes like a fucking woo. I'm talking about, look, we got red hairs on that big boy, on that baby boy. Let me see. We got red hairs on this thing right here. You know what I mean? And this is all legal. Don't even play with me. This is all legal. You understand? Legal eagle. You know what I mean? This is THCA. This is all legal. But check that out. You see them red hairs? You see them red hairs, right? That's the red pillar right there. You see them red hairs. Okay? This is that organic right here. All right. This is that organic. Like I said, if anybody want to talk to me, you talk to me through my Cash App. Nowhere else. I'm not answering no emails and no DMs. I don't know what that is. Talk to me through the Cash App. Talk to me nice. I should bring 7 Bomar or Q Reeves. I like that. I like that. I could appreciate them too. You know what I mean? Paul Pablo. I could appreciate that too. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? It looked like a face of a goddess. And it tastes like a goddess too. You know? The goddesses, that's the best taste on the planet. How could you get that? I just told you through the Cash App. Indica or sativa. Mm. Well, we actually got both. We got red and blue. So you got both of that. You know what I'm talking about? But the red pill is going to have you hyped up. It's never going to turn you down. It's always going to turn you up. That's what the red represents. So anything that the red pill is stamping is going to be my energy. And you know what my energy is. You feel me? So if you want to get on that type of level, we got 3.5s and 7s. 3.5s going for 44. Talk black to me. You know what I'm talking about? 3.5s going for this 44. So, come and shop with me. And we also send this, we'll send this with it too. The bedroom bully. We got the bedroom bully, honey. For any order for the 7s, we sent for the 4, for the 3-point and the 7, we're gonna send you some bully honey. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, I don't gotta tell you, and you know, come on, man. It shit sells itself. I'm not gonna get on the internet and start dancing for no damn trees and no stamp. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, it's really business to business that I'm doing. I'm not doing no hand-to-hand shit. I'm not doing. We have something that's going to be handling that. To be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. We're here to enterprise, and we're here to cover all bases, and we're here to provide the people with the shit that we will want to be provided with, and that's some type of, you know, resolve and some customer care service and shit like that. However, business to business, I'm looking for stores, I'm looking for dispensaries, and I'm looking for other businesses. You know what I mean? Because I'm selling. You know, we selling it by the pound. You know what I'm talking about? We're not selling it by the gram. We're selling it by the pound to the dispensaries and the stores. So, you know, tap in with me, man. Let's get into business. You know what I'm saying? Let's treat 2024 the way that it's supposed to be treated. And, you know, let's stop playing games. You know what I mean? This is a brand. You know what I mean? Let's get to brand and shit. Rich Phil, he taught me well. So, you know, we could only go up from here. We could only go up from here. But yeah, this shit, I promise you, this shit right here, in a world where, you know, you don't know what you puffing on. You puffing on Zooties out here. They got you smoking air and whatnot. Yeah, this is that fire. This is that fire. This is that twin. Yeah. That part. So, with that being said, y'all be good, man. Love and light. Stay dangerous. I'll see you tomorrow, Melanin Monday. Blah.